Hey everybody, Sive here with the ForexPeaceArmy.com. Now let's take a look at the gold market. In general, gold has very similar patterns to the one that we have on the euro currency, very similar performance, but still we have some difference as well. And on the gold market, I would say that situation looks a bit more bearish rather than the euro. Maybe in current situation it is logical, just because on the euro currency it's a bit different fundamental background, so market across the board expect 2 rate hikes from the European Central Bank in June and July, and actually that supports the euro in the current situation. Dollar performance is also stands a bit wobbling, and actually doesn't exclude the possible euro appreciation as well. On the gold market, it's a bit different. So first of all, as you could see, if on a euro currency we already have completed this ABCD pattern, on gold it's still coming to it, and currently market stands with this big pattern, stands just above the major target in 44. As a rule, when the market stands very close to the target, especially when it starts forming something like pennant or flag continuation pattern, tight consolidation, it's in most cases it leads to the downward continuation and completion of this pattern. Trend remains bearish. Here we do not have a grabber. In general, the performance here and the price shape looks a bit different compared to what we see in the futures. On the futures it looks like this. So you can see this, in fact, two candles combined in a single one right here, while on a retail broker chart you could see that it's split in two parts. So it stands in one candle up and one candle down. So also you could see that here we have a kind of the tweezer top, so the tops are very equal here on a daily chart. It also indicates existence of some bearish control of the price performance. It doesn't allow market to show some volatility around the top, holding the possible price action. Here it might be also treated as a bearish reversal candle if we get the close somewhere in this area or lower. We will see, but in general picture on the daily remains bearish. On the 4 time frame chart, there are a few moments also exist. First of all, yes, our setup in general, thanks to Donald Trump comments, has worked. We have got perfectly the area, the market around 45.70 or even slightly highest 45.80, as we suggested for a possible position taking. Grabber worked perfect. So Donald Trump's tweets on the pause in the Iranian conflict, once again, some ceasefire, just has helped to reach this area. And in general, for our trading plan for taking the short position here worked well. But at the same time, you could see that here we have some bearish sign as well, because if you just take a look at this hand shoulders pattern, you could see that market hasn't quite complete the ABCD target. So it turns down earlier. It was not able even to run to the 46 area and start dropping. In most cases, markets very rare abandons the major targets, especially on lower time frames, usually trying to complete it. The fact that market was not able to do this just tells that actually bears control the situation, as I said. So it's make some unnatural sharp reversal. Here's once again we have the reversal bar, and take a look. Gold now is doing the same stuff as the euro currency, is trying to close the Monday gap, although the picture and price shape will be different compared to euro. So if you have taken the short position here, that's great. You just could move stops to the break-even and see what will happen. In fact, current situation with this gap, it might be very informative, just because if market will drop below the lows of the last week or below the close of the last week, closing the gap, start moving lower, it definitely tells you that retracement is over and we're getting below those lows, we're getting to the 44. For the bullish context, you will have to wait a bit and see what will happen. If, for instance, market will stuck in this gap, not closing it totally, start forming, wobbling, start forming something here, well, in this case, yes, maybe some options exist with some maybe upward continuation. But for now, at the current moment, we do not have yet the background, we don't have yet the signs for that. And in the current circumstances, it is well, it's too early to speak and talk and think about the taking the long position here. On the hourly chart, in fact, we have this one. what I said in the beginning on the daily chart, that's the picture. So we have this kind of the triangle suggesting the possible downward continuation here. That's actually what we have. So currently we could say that bearish context tells intact. We have some bearish signs. If you have a bearish position based on this pullback that we discussed last week, that's great. If you would like to take it, theoretically we could do this with some pullbacks here. You could think about taking another short positions, but for the long, we have to wait and see whether any signs for the upward continuation will appear. For now, we do not have it. And I would say that based on the current picture, at least what we see here for now, it's more probable that market will try to complete the major target rather than showing some reversal. We will see, but who knows, maybe situation will start changing today, tomorrow. Just let's keep an eye on it and see what we have.